I have a new toy. Alright, audio should be way better. You shouldn't be hearing the fan because there's supposed to be noise cancelling going on. Let me know what you guys think, if it's an upgrade or not. This is not the best acoustic room ever, so take it with a grain of salt. So today I will show you a modification you have to do to these MT-07s. You have to glue up the tilt sensor because this may prevent you from crashing. This is especially important if you're really getting good at wheelies and you're doing long wheelies. The bike may think when you're all the way back for so long, oh shit, the bike flipped over. Let's kill the engine, and you don't want that to happen, so you mousetrap or something. Before I get started, you can skip ahead, but I'm just gonna tell you updates on the build series. So the plan is for the fairings, as you can see, they're damaged. I have a set of gray fairings. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna paint it black, and then we're gonna get a graphics kit for the bike, almost like wrapping it, but with like custom colors and design choices. I'm looking to change the rims to black as well, and they'll get their own graphics, putting in the front fender, because we might need that. I think this bike is gonna look just crazy. We're gonna put on a scrape bar, that's somewhere around here, over there, some titanium in the back, so we can throw sparks. We're gonna raise it up, so now it's lowered right here. We're gonna raise it up, we're gonna put a saggy ass fix in the back. We're gonna probably put a handbrake kit on it. I'm not decided which kit. I have a kit right now that's for a lot of big calipers, but you can't use the OEM caliper. So what I'm thinking, maybe I'll buy something new and get the simple kit that might be best for you guys, where you can use the OEM foot brake caliper and it just adds on another caliper for the handbrake. But yeah, that's a few things I have planned. So every other week there's gonna be a video. And I just got a new job as a motorcycle mechanic. So your boy is turning professional. That will start in like 2 weeks. And if you don't love this setup, I may be able to film a lot at work, in the workshop there. Make it look a bit more professional, I don't know. Anyways, let's get into the simple modification that will maybe save your life, your ass, some skin at least, and your bike. To make things easy for you, I have laid out all the tools you will need. It's a 5mm hex key, a 4mm hex key, a 3mm hex key, a 10mm socket, a small flathead driver, and pliers. First things first, take your key on the side of the bike, twist it, and I'll see if I can do this with one hand, but lift up the back seat, remove the passenger seat, put that to the side. You might as well remove this if you have it at the same time. Now you take your 5mm and you unscrew the screws for the seat. Let me just do that real quick. There we go, I unscrewed both screws so I can just lift up the seat. The screws do come out, but I feel like just leaving them in there, that way I know where they are. Bam! And now we can almost see the part. It's right behind here. So we need to remove this metal, and we're gonna take the 10mm and remove these 4 screws, and then the 4mm to remove these 2, and we'll see if we're gonna have to remove anything else, but first let's do that. I'm just gonna loosen them all and then spin them out with my fingers. Okay, screws officially out. Now this thing is loose, but it's held in a bit by the plastic. I think we can just shift it forward enough to get to what we want to get to. So let's see. With moderate amounts of violence, anything is possible, I think. So this is the thing we want. I think that is good enough. Now we'll take the 3mm and unscrew this thing. And there's a tab here on the side to get it off. So all you gotta do is lift this tab, pull it towards me like that, and you'll get this out. Now it's important when you have this out, do not turn the ignition or like turn the ignition on, especially don't try to start the bike at least, because that will give you a check engine light. And I'll put this here. I can take these out now. So you have to click these tabs using a small flathead and just push into this hole and push forward that way, like this. Just jam it in there and shim it in a bit. And then I'll do this side a bit and this side a bit. And now it's about to come out. Picked it back up. Now we need to get this out of there. This is very hard to do with one hand. It's a rubber gasket. Okay, so this is supposed to come out pretty easy, but I super glued mine last time, so I had to pre-pull it a bit. But essentially, yeah, that's it. You just pull it out with the pliers. So this thing, this is what tells your bike what way around it is. It's supposed to be mounted like this, so gravity keeps this metal weight down, covering these chiplets. And if the bike turns upside down, gravity would turn it around and not cover the chiplet, and the bike would die. So what I initially did was super glue this, but the contact point isn't too big. You'll feel that when you take apart yours. So my friend gave me the advice of just filling in this stuff, just sticky mass. And if you only do the sticky mass, you can return this to normal functionality in the future, should you want to. So I would recommend that, but super glue works fine. Just glue it up however you feel like. Make sure you have the side that says up on it and the weight facing down when you put it back in, like so. These metal prongs should be towards where the screws are, like that. And you just push that in, push this back in, and then that back in. Click it into the bike and screw it all back together. So let's do it. So I have it in here now and just, there we go. Now we want to hook it back up to the connector. Line up the holes. Take these long screws. This does not need to be super tight. When you feel the resistance increase, just give it a little e, and we can move this back up into position, lining up both that hole, those two holes, and that hole, and put these 6 screws back into place. Again, just using my hex tool and the 10mm socket. Same deal with this screws, a bit harder, but there's no real necessity for these screws to be super tight. You just don't want them backing out. You can always use Loctite that's blue. That's for meant for removable screws. So using a short handle like this, I just give them a little Same with these, just a little tut-tut. They just hold in plastic. You just don't want them backing out. It's not a big deal. Screws are cheap, but annoying to fix if you over tighten them. So we can put the seat back on. I have it right here. You just want to do the front first, because you have this little tab right here that you want to go into the hole there. It's just forward tilting, let it rest, let it find its way. There we go. Take the 5mm. These screws get used a lot. They don't need to be over tightened. It's not gonna be set it and forget it for the rest of the life of the bike. If you have one of these, you can put it back first. Take the seat. You have these 2 metal prongs that's gonna line up with these 2 tabs. It can be a bit fiddly. Sometimes it goes in crooked. You just rest it on there Shimmy it down. Click, make sure it looks even. And you're ready to wheelie without the engine dying on you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, subscribe for more. We're gonna build this bike up to be a hell of a monster. We're gonna do big rides and a lot of fun stuff. We just hit 1,000 subscribers as well. It's so exciting. I post videos every single week, and as I said, a lot of fun things coming. Check out maybe like this video or subscribe there. I think I can make that happen. And I'll see you in a week. Bye.